Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this video we are going to cover some of the markets that I'm watching in terms of some of the Fed speak that we've seen. So if you've taken a look at the calendar for the week, it is just peppered with Fed speak. Now the one that's affecting the market right now is the recent Harker comments, and it's really interesting that between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern we had probably the most dovish voting member of the FOMC and Neel Kashkari, juxtaposed with Harker, who's one of the hawks on the voting member. So always remember, if there is an FOMC speech or whatnot, and their name is not Janet Yellen, no one's really allowed to speak on behalf of the FOMC other than her. Everyone else can express their opinion. And of course, again, Kashkari's a dove, Harker's a hawk. Let's talk about Harker because that's the most recent. And we'll look at where impact from the FOMC would land in the futures markets, and actually not so coincidentally, of course, in the currency markets. And I want to mention to those of you that are listening to this video that as we actually merge simpler futures and simpler forex, we are going to have a special currency corner that I will be keeping my trading spreadsheet in, as well as having premium forex currency trading videos. I will also be sharing my futures spreadsheet, my futures portfolio, also in the Simpler Futures website as we launch actually next week. Very exciting. So let's talk about this impact from Harker and what his comments were, and then where I look for impact for those comments. So when a hawk speaks, obviously I'm looking for rate hike conversations, but the dollar is already pretty hammered. And if I look at the DX contract, with as much strength as we've seen out of the euro, remember the US dollar and the euro have an inverse or negative correlation. In no reality, on the same time frame, do these two move together. They simply cannot, because the number one way in which traders express an opinion about either one of those two individual currencies is against each other, which means to buy euro, I must sell US dollars. Where does this affect my equities traders or my futures traders, FXE, UUP? Think about the EC futures or the sixes. Think about the DX futures contract. Okay, so looking at the DXM, I know that Harker's comments could give the dollar a bit of a reprieve. And when I'm talking about reprieve right now, I'm really talking about I before E except after C. There we go, reprieve. I'm really talking about a bounce, okay? I'm really talking about a bounce that I will actually sell into. That's what I'm looking to get. That's where I'm getting opportunistic. Could comments like this give the market a reprieve? Sure. I'm really much more interested in the pullback on the euro. Why am I showing you a forex pair? Because if you're going to set up EC, I want you to start with the euro US. This is the larger market. Okay? So if I'm looking at EC or ECM, what I want to remember is I'm looking for that pullback there. I could be looking at the 111 handle on the EC, but where would that really land me? It's really the 1085 on Euro US. So if you see the 111 on Euro futures, the Euro FX futures break, don't worry, because the real support is likely to be more around 1085. Okay, so that's why I say keep an eye on the spot when you're trading currency futures. How about we take a look at what's going on with the 30-year? Because he did mention the balance sheet. And then I'm going to take you to the Fed Fund Futures, which is one of the best ways to see around corners when we're talking about what the FOMC has in store for the rest of the year. So I have a short position in the 30-year, and every time balance sheet gets uttered and becomes part of the news flow, I know that's going to be a pretty good push for us to the downside in the 30-year. Okay, and one of his comments were, and I'm quoting, some smoothing of the balance sheet reinvestment may make sense. Well, Kashkari is a huge fan of that. So between 3 p.m. Eastern and into 5, we had 2 FOMC voting members who were fans of easing up that giant FOMC balance sheet, okay? And that they will shrink the balance sheet in a predictable and transparent way. The way they do it, I'm uninterested in. The fact that they're talking about it now is very good for this position in the 30-year. So that's what I'm looking at here. A few other markets on my radar. Now you guys should know, since you've been following my free or premium videos, that I am long Nikkei, I am long Nas. We finally got some great follow through on the Nikkei, and I'm looking for another move through it. We looked for a move through 19.7. Now I'm looking for a move through 19.8. The high was 790. I will remember that this is still a valid trade as long as we stay above essentially 19,003. This is a profitable trade here though. So considering some sort of trailing stop makes a lot of sense. How could you trail the stop? Well, it depends on how aggressively you want to do it. I think something under 19.6 is fine. Now remember, we're long from 19.555, 19.585, so we're not actually locking in all that much unrealized profit with a stop at 19,595. What's an alternative? You could snug this up a little bit closer, although this is getting aggressive now, and put a stop underneath 19,007, which would be 19,695. There's no wrong trailing. It just, your objective is what's going to dictate how much latitude you give it. If you want to see how high is high and you don't want to smother your trade, you back off by the daily price movement range. And I'll show you more how to do that in the premium video. If you're looking to really tighten up and really hold on to your profit, you don't want to give much unrealized profit back. Better yet, you'd like to lock in 100+ points. We have a saying in our room: show me your stop and I'll show you your P&L. If you want to lock in something better, so this is a winner no matter what, 19.7, 19.695 is your level. That takes us to the NQ and how I'm managing this, all right? How am I managing the NQ? Well, I do realize that we are coming into a resistance area here on the NQ, which is basically between 56.95 and takes me to about 57.20. In fact, the highs we have here are up at the 27.25 level. So to basically take a little something off the table, move to a break-even stop. Okay, so let me take you back to the NQ. We talked about break-even stops on the NQ. I'm sorry, on the NK. Same idea. I don't want you thinking we're employing any different a tactic here. Okay. So we played a pullback buy on NK. We played a pullback buy after that meltdown on NQ. And I'm looking for and this was where we got in at 55.55 and 55.85. I might have given you guys a wrong, kind of going back to where we entered on NK. You guys can check that out on the previous free videos. But let's talk about management here, because this is a winner. If you haven't taken something off the table, do it now. If you want to wait for the next level up, look for 57.15, but I would highly recommend take something off the table now, go to a break even. 55.45 is fine. If you got in at 55.55, 55.75 would be the trailing. In other words, what we're doing is going to a level that if the market just tanked tomorrow, all we're risking really is unrealized profit. And that's a philosophy that we use in both the Simpler Forex and Simpler Futures room. Don't let a winner turn into a loser. You guys have heard it many times before. You see how I'm doing it here right now. Okay? I'll catch you in the next free video. And by the way, again, we will be launching the reboot, the brand new Simpler Futures 2.0 next week. And I'm so excited for everything that we have. We're going to have a learning center. We're going to have the chat room. In fact, if you're a member, you will get the chat room link in a video, in an email from me, Raghee, tonight. Chat room's going live. Also, Learning Center, chat room, chat archives, all sorts of supporting material, the currency corner. So a lot going on in the reboot, Simpler Futures 2.0. All right, talk to you in the next video.